Hi, and welcome to the first City Happenings for 2016. A recently featured artist in the City Hall Art Gallery talks about her inspiration and what her current focus is. In the new year, we continue our look at the D.A.R.E program with which our police are involved in teaching. And there is a local Parkinson's disease support group that has done incredible work in helping patients and caregivers. A spokesperson tells us what's going on with the group. Please enjoy City Happenings for the week of January 4th.
Thanks, Mayor Black. Local artist Meredith Schleicher, whose work is featured in the City Hall Art Gallery along with her husband Jason's, talks about the style she chose.
I've always been more into the three-dimensional art. I don't know if it's because my dad was a sculptor, is a sculptor, and more into three-dimensional art, but I've always been more of a hands-on, working with my hands in that sense, building, creating. I loved ceramics for a really long time. I had a couple of great ceramics teachers in high school, Mr. Daniels and Miss Leaf, and I really enjoyed building with clay, and I've always enjoyed metal, of course, with seeing my dad. I just didn't think that I'd be able to do it, and now I'm doing that and getting to spend a lot of extra time with him, so it's all been something I've always wanted to do, and I'm glad I get to do it now.
Schleicher says working with metal is a challenge.
I did help my dad with his current sculpture that he's working on that I think ended up being about 8 foot tall, and that was what little I got to help with was very difficult, and I don't have the muscle that he does, but I would like to build things that are larger in scale, but not the extent that my dad does. Mine would probably have to be a little more lightweight, but I do like large sculpture. My sculpture right now usually tends to be around 2 to 3 feet, and it's easily managed for me, and it makes it more affordable and more placeable for people in their homes. So yeah, someday I'd like to start working on some bigger outdoor stuff.
I teasingly asked if she does art with a blowtorch.
Yes, well, with my jewelry that I create, that's done silversmithing, metalsmithing, that's done with a blowtorch. The MIG welding that I do for sculpture is done with a Miller MIG welder. It's a wire-fed welder with gas attached.
Meredith encourages artists and would-be artists to expand your world.
I think art is fun. I don't think there's anything wrong with furthering your education in art or trying new things. I probably will always continue my education. I'm starting some welding sculpture classes at Metro in December, and I've taken little classes here and there, both through universities and even, Michael's, Hobby Lobby. I think stuff like that is fun, and it keeps your mind fresh and keeps you looking at things differently. And I think if you have any interest in art, that it wouldn't hurt to try it out. There's all different platforms, like I said, different levels of education that you can get in art, from a fun class down at Twisted Vine and painting with your friends to taking a college level art course. And I encourage all sorts of art education, and I think it's really important for Papillion to continue what they've been doing to educate all of the Papillion citizens on what we have going on here in the art world.
Continuing our look at D.A.R.E, one school principal says the cooperation between schools and the police department is very important.
Similar to how I would rely on people at my central office for, to help me out in certain situations, or people I can call on for help, I do not think twice about being able to talk to, really any of the agencies, that we have relationships with, but specifically the police department. And that, through that program, that has helped facilitate that. And, as a principal, that's just, it's what I need, and it's what I think we need as a community, just to have those open relationships and be able to call on each other.
One of the teachers says the students directly benefit from this joint effort.
Ultimately it comes back to the kids and what's best for their education and their learning and their development as people. And I think having the collaboration with the city is so beneficial for them in their development of what they're learning and their development of just learning how to be responsible citizens. I think I wouldn't be able to get the same point across that the city employees can get the point across. like a police officer, like a firefighter, having that unique perspective really gives them that credibility with the kids that on these topics that I wouldn't have. So I think having them come in and teach it to the kids is so valuable.
As for the D.A.R.E officer, Tony Foster, there's high praise.
He makes himself approachable, yet he demands the respect of the students. So, you know, when they kid around, they can kid around. But when he says, okay, we need to listen, we need to focus on this, you know, because there are a lot of important things that have to be talked about in D.A.R.E. Okay, he can get the kids to kind of switch gears, so to speak. So he's got that ability to do that. That's great. That's what the kids need. Okay, kind of keeps them on their toes too. You know, he keeps it interesting. He keeps it changing enough where the kids kind of have to be on their toes. You know, he's big on the sticker program, and sixth graders seem to love those stickers. One of the essays they did the other day, one of the students says, and I all of a sudden have developed this affinity for stickers. So I can't, you know, I just love stickers. I don't know why. It's kind of funny. But he just develops that in the kids. And, you know, every week, is Officer Foster coming in this week? And in a couple of weeks we couldn't schedule him in, and you can just see like they kind of miss that. Mm-hmm. So he just develops this good bond with the kids, and that's fantastic. We've got to have that. We've got to have that closeness, I think.
The local Parkinson's disease support group helps patients and caregivers learn about and deal with this condition.
A person with Parkinson's will have symptoms that fall under the umbrella, but their expression of that will be very unique to them. One person may be a little stiffer or show more rigidity. Another person may have more tremor. Another person may struggle more with slowness. They have all of the symptoms, but which one is most problematic to them will be unique to them and the combination of those symptoms. So when they select their exercise program, they may find that, oh, for rigidity, I find that doing yoga is the most beneficial to me and having relaxing music. For somebody with slowness of movement, they may find that they like taking the up-tempo music, or they like taking bigger steps and participating in big. So very much we're tailoring the program of exercise to the individual, and that's the same with anybody, regardless of what disease process it is.
Anderson says that movement is key.
Any kind of movement is good for you, and our physical therapists will tell you we're always safety first, so we warm you up and we get you ready to break out and dance. So
Anderson gives her impression of the support group.
This outreach group is unique in that we are focused on education and outreach. It's to help individuals feel comfortable coming into a situation, whether they're newly diagnosed and they're really not sure if they want to go and see what's on the road ahead, that they can come in, they can sit down, they can get information, they can leave and they can process, or if they've been on the journey a while, and they can come in and they can learn more and see and meet other individuals that are working also. It's a way to socially connect and not be isolated, but to step out comfortably with individuals that will understand. We're also unique in that the caliber of the professionals that come to present. As the information and referral coordinator, I work really very fastidiously to make sure that we choose the right people, that we have accurate and reliable information. And we have wonderful support from the Bellevue Medical Center, Nebraska Medicine here. Our volunteer leader is very ethical and has a long history of working with persons of advanced age. And Bellevue Medical Center gave us one of their lead therapists in neuro rehab, Lauren Kestelut. So between the three of us, we make sure that we get really high quality educational materials out to our persons with Parkinson's. When you come and you find out, there are things I can do. I don't have to let this disease happen to me. There are things I can do to stay well and healthy. And the difference between health and wellness is you want to be well. You want to have as good a quality of life as you can. And knowing that you can do something is very inspiring, and hope is what comes out of finding that information.
We're looking forward to another great year in Papillion. There are lots of ways to stay up to date with what's happening. You can find us on Facebook, follow the City of Papillion on Twitter, or even watch our YouTube channel. And information about all of our departments and programs is available on our website. For more about Papillion, go to www.papillion.org. or just call the Mayor's hotline at 402-827-1111. Thanks for watching.